Hi boys and girls. So tonight I am joined by my puppy Kona. She wanted to sit with me while I read. I hope y'all got to watch the videos about the chicks hatching, and we got 6 that hatched. That was very cool, so exciting. If you haven't gotten a chance to see those yet, check it out. It's really cool. Kona has been loving listening to their little peeps, so she keeps wanting to keep guard on them. So she's watching out for them. All right, we are going to read the next 2 chapters of, oops, she's getting down. We're going to read the next 2 chapters of Junie B, Peep in My Pocket. So chapter 5 is called E-I-E-I-O. The bus drove for a very long time. Polly Allen Puffer was sitting with that Jim I hate. While we were riding, he stood up behind me. Junie B, listen to the song we just made up, he said. Then he and Jim started singing their song as loud as they could. Old MacDonald had a nub, E-I-E-I-O, and on his nub he had a hat, E-I-E-I-O, with an ow-ow here and an ow-ow there, here an ow, there an ow, everywhere an ow-ow. Old MacDonald had a nub, E-I-E-I-O. Finally, I covered my ears with my hands so I couldn't hear them anymore. Then I sang a loud song of my own. It is called Ha Ha, I Can't Hear You. I invented the words myself. Ha ha, I can't hear you. Ha ha, I can't hear you. I sang that song a jillion times, I think. Then all of a sudden, the bus turned down a long dirt road, and oh no! It was the farm! We're here, shouted the children, very thrilled. I looked out the window. There was a big house with trees all around it. Also, there was a barn and a tractor and some chickens. I did a big gulp at those peccary things, because chickens have pointy lips, just like roosters. I quick scrunched down on the bus floor. Then I hid it under my backpack, very sneaky, because maybe if I kept real quiet, Mrs. wouldn't see me, and I could hide on the bus the whole entire time. Lucille and that Grace stood up from their seats. I made the shh sign at them. Here's Junie B hiding on the bus. Do not tell the teacher I'm here, and I mean it, I whispered. Only too bad for me, because just then I heard the worstest noise in the world. It was the noise of a big tattletale boy. Teacher, Junie B is hiding on the floor. I see her, shouted that meanie Jim. Shh, I yelled, but Jim did not shh. Instead, he jumped right up on the bus seat and he pointed his finger at me. She's trying to hide under her backpack so you won't see her, but you can see almost all of her perfectly good. He got off the seat and waved to me very teasing. Ta-ta, he said. Then he followed Lucille and Grace right off the bus. After that, my heart got very poundy inside because I heard the sound of footprints, that's why. I scrunched myself tighter. Junie B. It was the voice of Mrs. I didn't answer her. Junie B, I see you, okay? Your backpack is not big enough to hide you, she said. I looked up real slow. Hello, how are you today? I said, kind of nervous. I am fine, only I'm not actually hiding. Mrs. crossed her arms. Then what are you actually doing? She asked me. I did a gulp. Ooh. I'm tidying, I said. Tidying what? Asked Mrs. I thinked fast. I'm tidying the floor, I told her. When you're tidying something, that means you're cleaning it up. I quick took off my bandana. Then I wiped up the floor with it. Good news, I said. It's tidy now. All of a sudden, I heard a chuckle. I turned my head and saw some boots. Junie B. Jones, said Mrs. I would like you to meet Farmer Flores. Farmer Flores owns the beautiful farm we're going to be visiting today. I raised my eyes very slowly. Then, finally, I looked all the way to the top of his head. That's when my arms got shivers all over them, because guess what? Farmer Flores was wearing a hat. Uh-oh, so what does she think that means? Chapter 6, Farmer Flores. Farmer Flores did a nice smile. Your teacher tells me that you're not very happy about being here today, he said. I felt my forehead again. I'm sick, I said. Yes, well, I've been thinking about how I could make this a better visit for you. And I was wondering if maybe you would like to be my special farmhand today. Do you know what a special farmhand is, Junie B? I shaked my head no. Well, for one thing, the special farmhand gets to walk with the farmer in the very front of the line. Would you like that, do you think? I did my shoulders up and down. I don't know. Maybe, I said. And also the special farmhand gets to be the very first person to sit on the tractor, said Farmer Flores. Does that sound like fun to you? I sighed very big. I don't know, maybe, I said. Oh, he said, but here's the most important job of all. The special farmhand gets to help me keep all the children in order. Just then my mouth came all the way open. In order? I asked, very thrilled. You mean I get to order the other children around? Farmer Flores rubbed his chin. Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way, he said. I quick grabbed my backpack. Well then, what are we waiting for, Farmer? I said. After that, I runned off the bus, speedy fast, and I clapped my hands real loud. All right, people, get in line. Farmer Flores is going to show us around, and he doesn't have all day, folks. Pretty soon, Farmer Flores and Mrs. came off the bus, too. So here they are at the farm, getting off the bus. They told the children to please hold hands like the buddy system. You heard them, people, I hollered. The buddy system. We will be using the buddy system today. All of a sudden, Mrs. bended down next to my ear. Helping Farmer Flores does not mean being rude, Junie B, she said. I want you to be helpful and nice. But I am being helpful and nice, I said, because I didn't even tell anyone to be quiet yet. Just then, I skipped to the end of the line and checked on Polly, Alan, Puffer, and Jim. I've got my eye on you two clowns, I said, very helpful and nice. Jim cockle-doodly-dooed at me again. Yeah, only too bad for you, Jim, I said, because I already looked around this place for roosters, and I didn't even see one of those meanie guys, so ha. After that, I quick skipped back to the front of the line, and me and Farmer led the children to the pasture. Pasture is the farm word for big grass and big fence. Only wait till you hear this. There were 4 horses and 2 ponies in that pasture, and I did not even run from them. Attention, people, attention, I hollered. Do not be afraid of the horses and ponies. Just stand very still and they will not attack you, probably. I thought for a second. Also, do not feed them cheese popcorn, I said. I looked at Farmer. I learned that from the zoo, I said. After that, Farmer held my hand and we led the children to the barn. The barn is where the cows get milked. All of room 9 held their noses in that place because barns smell like stink and hay. Farmer Flores told us all about milking cows. He showed us the machines that hook up to the cows. Plus, also, we saw big giant cans that hold the milk. After he got done, he asked if we had questions. I raised my hand. If you breathe stink air into your body, does it make your inside smell like stink air too? Farmer didn't answer me. Only, I don't know why, because that is a troubling question, I tell you. After that, he took my hand again, and we took the children to another part of the barn. There was a black and white cow there. Farmer showed us how to milk her with a milking machine. This is called a demo cow, I believe. After that, Farmer Flores was finished talking about cows. Okay, boys and girls, let's go back outside and visit some of the other animals, he said. Just then I got a little nervous inside on account of what if he was taking us to see the rooster? I walked outside, very careful. Only good news, Farmer Flores took us right to the pigs in a pen. And after that, we saw goats and lambs. And I petted a lamb on her fuzzy head. And that is not even the bestest part. On account of pretty soon, Mrs. Farmer Flores drove up on a shiny red tractor. And I was the first one to get up to sit up there with her. I quick gave Mrs. my camera. Take my picture, please. Take my picture up here on this tractor. I smiled real big for her. Mrs. clicked me. This will be a beaut, I said. After that, I got down from the tractor and I took a cow picture and a pig picture and a lamb picture. Plus also, I took pictures of my bestest friends named Lucille and that Grace. Excellent pictures, friends, I said, real thrilled. I can't wait for Mother and Daddy to see them. Then I hurried to the big trash can and I throwed the camera right in there. There she is on the tractor. See, Grace? See, Lucille? It is called a throwaway camera. Mother said that after you take the pictures, you just throw it away and buy a new one. And so what can be easier than that? Wow, said Grace. I know it is wow, Grace, I said. Plus, Mother said the pictures turn out beautifully. All of a sudden, Mrs. runned over and she took my camera out of the trash. Junie B, honey, you can't throw the camera away before the pictures are developed, she said. Darn, I said. Nothing is ever easy, is it? After that, Mrs. put down blankets in the grass, because it was time for a picnic, of course. Me and Lucille and that Grace sat on a blanket and opened our lunch bags. Yum, I said, egg salad. Yum, said that Grace, tuna salad. Yum, said Lucille, crab salad on a flaky croissant with a side order of greens and a light raspberry vinaigrette dressing. Then all of us ate our lunches, very delicious. All right, boys and girls, that's the end of chapter 6. So a lot of y'all probably don't know what it means to develop pictures. So now a lot of y'all probably see mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle. Maybe I'm sure a lot of you like to take pictures on mom and dad's phones. And then it's really easy that they just stay on their phone. They might upload them to somewhere on the internet or send them straight from their phone to get printed out. So what you used to have to do is you would take your camera to a store, kind of like Walmart or Walgreens, and you would have to give them your camera, and they would take the film. There was a roll of film in there, and they would take that out of the camera and make copies of your pictures that way. So that's a good conversation, parents, for you to have with your kids about how something was different from back then and how it's changed to now. So something interesting to talk about. All right, I hope y'all enjoyed our 2 chapters of the story and my puppy Kona tonight. Y'all have a good night, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Good night from me and Kona.